Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We were beating up Shikamaru because Purvis Age.
Yeah. Because he's afraid of Tsunade.
He's afraid of Tsunade.
Shikamaru defeated.
Shikamaru is now dead.
I'm sorry, Shikamaru.
Shikamaru will now die for you.
I'll buy you some ramen
Ramen's
later.
gonna cut it.
Mission complete.
Mission complete.
Just because Sakura's a greedy bitch. This is why this
I
happened.
know, fucking, she sucks, dude. Sakura's the ultimate
God.
gold digger. That's the word I want.
She was after that Uchiha bloodline.
Yeah,
that all that money.
she really needed the Uchiha.
New
bloodline.
card.
Don't worry, they all suck.
New card. New
No new cards.
$300.
No new cards. Dark, you hear me? No new cards.
I think it's over.
Ugh. Helping out in such a bad cause has left a nasty taste in my mouth.
No one can stop my research.
Forget about that.
He's
Hurry
unstoppable.
up and hand over the souvenir.
Oh, right. Since you did so
Oh, yeah,
well,
whatever
I got a
that.
special souvenir for you. That's the least I could do.
What is it?
I can't
The
help
souvenir?
but feel I lost a piece of my soul in order to get this.
Well, now that there's no one left to stop me, maybe it's time I did a little more research. Later.
Jiraiya, unstoppable.
That pervy
Unhinged
sage can
as fuck.
fend for himself from now on.
It's not going to be something that she's going to even want anyway.
How'd you guess?
Because it's Naruto.
What could he be doing? What's the big deal? Keeping me waiting like this. This souvenir better be good or I'm gonna slap him so hard.
And he flies into another
Being
town.
sent to space.
Sakura, I'm back.
What took you? And why do you look exhausted?
Great question.
I just ran into some trouble. Forget about it. Here, your souvenir.
Sakura obtains souvenir.
You mean you actually got me one? Thank you. I figured you'd forgotten, like always. I'm really very touched.
I hope you like it.
Well, can I open it now? Can I?
Sure,
Knock
fuck it.
yourself out.
Oh god, what is it?
Come to think of it, I never did ask what was inside. But I'm sure it'll be alright.
That is a terrible assumption.
Nope.
What is this?
Hey,
Naruto Uzumaki, what is this?
The best gift ever, thank you. I've seen the dojins.
stupid sage! I should have known it would be something inappropriate.
Naruto, is this your idea of a souvenir?
No, it's just... Well, you see, I think there's been a teensy mistake.
Is this the sort of thing you thought I'd like? Is it?
Well, after reading the dojins, I figured.
What was I thinking? Asking Pervy Sage for help. I must have been out of my mind.
Yeah, you
Yes,
were.
you were.
And what are you looking so calm about, Naruto Uzumaki?
Because this man has already accepted his fate.
I'm ready for my punishment.
Well, that shows some character at least. Maybe I'll forgive you this time.
What?
Not a chance. You
Yeah, I didn't think so.
jerk!
I'm blasting off again!
I was just gonna make that same joke.
This is all your fault, Pervy Sage!
I think
What
at
a,
that point...
what a great episode of filler.
I think at that point I would have just been like, I got it from Pervy Sage. And she would have been like, oh, that checks out.
That. When has Sakura ever been reasonable ever?
Yeah, you're
Name
right.
one time actually she's been
you're
reasonable.
Right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
If you can give me even one example, I'll let your statement stand.
You're right. Naruto's just fucking dead.
The motherfucker is never reasonable ever.
She's like an 11 normally on like the chill factor.
Yeah, right. The
Mr.
Kazekage, he was
lost
attacked
in
or
an
something.
assault on the leaf. There's been 3 years of peace under Gaara's leadership. The sand welcomes a new age. They pray for long-lasting freedom.
Forever.
However,
Akatsuki.
Susuri, my man.
Sorcery, my man. You can't stifle another man's
It's not
art.
far to the hidden sand village now.
Wow.
Stay on your toes, Deidara.
How do I stay on my toes? It's so much harder to walk like that.
My jutsu is a work of art, and I'm always on my toes. Plus, we have what the leader gave us.
That's right.
A
This
paper,
stupid
Bob.
paper.
I look forward to seeing what you can do.
Oh, is this their excuse on why there's 100 million ninjas?
That is 100% correct, Eric.
Now, let's get
You
this
win.
started, shall we?
Congratulations.
You can watch from here, Sasori, my man.
My man.
My man.
Sorcery, my man. Watch from a distance as I let a true artist do his thing.
You know, he doesn't call anybody else his man, so like,
Sorcery was his bro. He liked Sorcery.
yeah.
He didn't like anyone else. He hates Toby.
Can do.
Oh yeah, he hates Toby. And then he dies, and
Yeah.
Toby's just like, a calculated error.
He fakes his death first, and that's much funnier. He's like, oh no, Deidara, you died. All that's left is your hand. Oh, what a waste. This is so terrible. And the Deidara's like, I'm still alive and I'm over here. He's like, oh, what a pity.
I will not lie. Obito, when he's acting as Toby,
Yeah,
is
it's
one of
hilarious.
the best characters.
Absolutely.
A gourd of sand, and that mark on your forehead.
So Gaara met them at the gate?
Yeah,
I remember this.
In this storyline, Gaara was just that ahead of the curve. He was like, I sense a disturbance in my sand, and then went and found out why.
So it's funny because like, the more I like watch and read things of like the same show or the same story in a different medium, the more I'm like, yep, I'm just gonna count this up as an alternate reality that other things are slightly different.
At least we don't have to trouble ourselves.
This is the universe where instead of waking up and eating cereal this day, Gaara woke up and like slipped and like bashed his knee on the like coffee table, and he was like, man, I gotta be more prepared for stuff like this, which is why he saw this invasion coming this time.
Yeah, he was just like,
Now, let's get down
he's
to
like, my
business.
sand technique has been able to tell that, you know, these people have crossed the sand.
Have your way.
He was listening to the sand, much as the sand has always talked to him. Definitely not a made-up thing right
Just
now.
like how I'm 100% the way I'm going at the Devil May Cry thing
No.
from Netflix.
Nope.
That's an alternate reality. I'm
Nope.
not going anywhere else.
Nope, no, I refuse to accept. I've finished it now. I've finished episode 8. That anime fucking sucks. I hate that anime. That anime is fucking garbage. I would rather watch I would rather play Devil May Cry DMC the reboot on repeat 9 times in a row than watch that anime again. That anime is fucking awful. I hate that shit. That shit's so garbage.
Oh, dude, more cards?
I have like 2 cards.
Dude, so cool.
Dare to face me.
I was willing to give it
A fair shake.
a fair shake until I got to the end of it, and then I got to the end of it and I was like, no, this shit sucks. This shit's awful.
Yeah.
See what the
So,
one
like,
Jinchuriki can do.
we're gonna try to like avoid a lot of spoilers because it's so relatively new.
Yeah.
It was, eh?
It was bad. Like, it was bad, and then it got
This is
to
my art.
It was bad, but it was like bad to the point where it was like, well, it's an alternate universe, so like, whatever, I'll accept it. And then we got way past alternate universe and got to the point where characters were just straight up wrong. Like, just straight up inaccurate, shitty versions of themselves to the
you
point
mean-
where I was like, this is
You mean like the
trash.
last thing that I think Lady does? Then I'm
The
like,
last
that's
thing
just,
that
why
Lady-
would she do that?
The last thing that Lady does is like a nail in the coffin, but like, even
Support you, Lord Kazekage. We'll take care of
Satan ninjas are here to help.
Then Then
Yes,
I'll leave this
the
to
hero
you.
line.
I'm going after the Akatsuki.
I see. I can't go into it because it's too spoilerly, and I don't want to spoil it for
No,
people
I
who want to
understand.
watch it. But there is a lot of shit that's just wrong. I will state that at the very end of the. I should be going after him, not my allies. I will state that here's what I've come to the conclusion of. The show is a lot of fan service without understanding why it's fan service.
Yes.
That is its biggest
Yes.
problem, and I just can't. It sits so wrong with me.
Well, I don't know how you're going to feel about knowing this information. So, it has been confirmed that the new, the Devil May Cry has been lit for another,
That means nothing. Every cartoon gets 2 seasons by default.
Yeah, so
either whether it's good or not.
So they're going to be giving another season for that.
Mm-hmm.
But they haven't said anything, and it looks like the Castlevania Noir or whatever it's called is dead in the water.
Oh, even
which I'm like, oh, that's
service,
great. The studio was doing was doing
Castlevania,
and now
to be fair, from what I was hearing, the Castlevania shit got really bad. Actually,
I heard that as well.
It started good, and then like by season 2, it started falling apart.
Yeah, I heard
and I'm
that
like,
as well.
Considering what I just saw for Devil May Cry, I believe it, because that shit was not good.
Yeah, it was not great.
So yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not surprised to find out that they were like, yeah,
we're good.
we're good.
Go save the other guy.
They're a solid studio, like animation-wise, but their writers are awful.
Lord Kazekage!
They're like that's the realization, is that like
They didn't
animation-wise they're strong, but like writing-wise they're really bad. They are not good at writing the stories.
I saw something that the people were like, yeah, they're good with how they made it look, but they did not understand the characters enough to pull it off.
Yeah, and that kind of summarizes
how you feel about it.
Actually, there's a
the video you sent me.
There was a comment that I read that I feel like perfectly nailed my opinions on that anime, which was, hey, who put this Dante in my lady anime?
Oh my god, yeah, dude. There was a while I was watching. I was just like, why do I feel like Dante is not even like the main character?
He's not even the side character. The main character is the rabbit. The side character, who's the side protagonist, the co-main character is Lady, and Dante's wacky pizza man who just happens to be there sometimes.
Dante is more of a plot device in that anime than he was actually the main character.
Yes, he existed solely to move the plot forward. That was it.
Hollow ninjas appear, defeat them all.
It was it was not good, man.
I don't know.
I was like, by the end of it, I was like, ugh.
I was getting that same feeling after like the first episode. I was just, or the third or fourth episode. I was just like, it honestly feels like Dante is not even like the main character here.
Also, the message, the fucking message of it is just so bad. Like, it's just so like, like it literally the entire message is that refugees good and U.S. bad, which is like, It's like the whole anime breaks down to that being the moral of the story, which is so off pace from what the moral of Devil May Cry games is that it actually disgusts me. Like, I'm actually
really annoyed
with the fucking. The only way
they just keep coming and they just keep coming.
Like, the best way I can describe it is like, you know the Devil May Cry reboot that everyone hated?
Yeah.
This is what I think actually happened. They were like, we need you to make a Devil May Cry anime, and then he watched the reboot and was like, I get it, and then made the anime.
I can see that.
Because it has nothing to do with Devil May Cry. It misses the entire point of the Devil May Cry series, and I hate it.
He bears news.
It appears the Akatsuki ninja are not human.
What?
See how they endlessly spring from that pattern on the ground?
That's right, they do. I see that endless pattern on the
I must
ground.
defeat Osiris.
These are the summoning guys. They're annoying because the game won't let you attack them until it feels like it. See what I mean? The game decided that I can't attack him yet because enough ninjas haven't been summoned from him. Therefore... Therefore, I don't get to attack him until it's over.
It's great. Defeat all the Hollow Men.
Yeah, I'll think about it. Hold on, just do this.
Great Sand Burial!
Yeah, how'd you guess?
You hit like 3 dudes?
There's more to the side.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Protect the hidden sand.
See, I hit a shit ton of people.
Right, Sam. Yeah,
yeah.
it was.
Well, 'cause
who
the-
put this Dante in my lady anime? You know?
Yeah, I mean, they just completely missed the point of Devil May Cry as soon as they gave the devil... Like, as soon as the demons show up and they're not all evil, it missed the entire point of Devil May Cry. Because the whole point of Devil May Cry is that if you're a demon with a heart, you're not a demon. That's why it's called Devil May Cry. The point is that if you're a demon who has emotion and compassion, you're no longer a demon. You're more human than most humans.
Yeah, I
And,
didn't
they
care.
completely whiffed on
I didn't
that.
care that they made. They tried to make the demons sympathetic characters.
Like, it's fine making them sympathetic. There's good demons in the Devil May Cry universe, but, like, they didn't earn it in any way. Like, they just were like, oh yeah, these demons are good. Also, the demon world being toxic and unlivable is the biggest load of crock bullshit I've ever seen for the Devil May Cry universe, ever. The demon world is a world where the strong survive, yes, but the land isn't literally toxic and killing everyone. It's just a ruthless land of survival of the fittest.
Yeah, but that's enough of Devil May Cry, the new anime, because it really got Chris annoyed.
Oh my god, I was willing to give it a shot, and then, like, the last 2 episodes, I was just like, I hate this. I'm like, I fucking hate this. This is so shit. I can't even pretend like, oh, I mean, it has its moments. I'm like, no, this is just
It's funny
shit.
because it's like every person I've seen that has watched played Devil May Cry and like understands it a little bit.
Yeah.
But like, I did not care for the anime. It was really bad.
Yeah.
And everybody who like entered, this was their entrant point into the franchise. They were like, oh, I liked it a lot.
Yeah, because they have no baseline for
Yeah.
it. Everything is good when you have no baseline.
Yeah.
Like,
So
like, Twilight is good if I had no concept of what love or emotions were. Like,
So now I want you to go watch that Tekken anime they made for Netflix, and get annoyed about that too.
we'll see. That one sounds
Better?
less horrendous. Okay, the thing is like, even from the short description you were giving me about it, that seems so much closer than what Devil May Cry's anime was. Devil May Cry's anime was so off the beating path that it was like, why did they call this Devil May Cry? Like,
Yeah.
this is not Devil May Cry.
Honestly, I would have preferred them to like not have Dante in it as much, and then just focus on Lady for a little while.
Even then, it still would have been bad because their interpretation of Lady was literally wrong.
Yeah.
It's literally inaccurate representation of the character.
You know, I was not pleased with that.
Like, and I knew it was bad. Here's the thing, is I immediately threw up a red flag as soon as they gave her name, and she was like, my name is Mary Arkham, and I'm like, oh no. She's not going by Mary Arkham, is she? Are you fucking kidding me? She won't go by Arkham because her dad turned into a demon and killed everyone. She hates her dad, so she hates her family name. She refuses to use her name. That's why when Dante asks what her name is, she says, I don't have a name.
And he's just like, "You're Lady then."
Yeah, you're Lady. And then they just tried to force her as Lady, and then every time they would, she would be like, my name is Mary. And I'm just like, this is not fucking Lady.
No.
This is trash garbage. This is your OC that you made for yourself to put in your not Devil May Cry anime. Good for you. This is garbage.
And it was at that moment everyone realized Chris really likes Devil May Cry.
I love Devil May Cry. It's one of my favorite fucking Capcom franchises of all time. Also, that last fight with the final boss, as much as it's funny that it was a reference to Tyrant from Resident Evil, I still went, this is just Tyrant from Resident Evil. This is not even Devil May Cry now. They're just they're fucking animating a different show.
It was good. It was okay. Ish.
It was
but
okay
not-
if it's okay if you have zero recollection of what you're getting into. Yes, it's fine. It's incredibly. It's not.
Okay.
You know, it's not even. Honestly, it's not even good. Even if you haven't, even if you know nothing about Devil May Cry, it's still not good. It's still really poorly written,
Yeah.
and the pacing is all over the fucking place.
There was a
And there's
number of
no
points.
redeeming characters in the entire anime. That's the biggest problem, is that there's not a single redeeming character in the whole fucking show. Not one. Not even one. They had a chance with Lady to have her be like, oh yeah, and then let Dante go at the very end, but she still drugs him at the end, and I'm like, there is no redeeming character in this whole in cartoon.
Yeah.
No one, I get it, they're probably trying to save it for season 2, but that is not something you save for season 2. Virgil is something you save for season 2. Not Lady.
But he is the storm that is approaching.
Yeah, by the way, they did not earn that at all. They did not earn that theme song. They played that. He's like, I am the storm that is approaching. And I'm like, you did not earn this. You shit on everything, and you did not earn this. They're trying to play off, like, based off of how it ended, they're essentially trying to play off Mundus as the good guy. The ultimate evil who makes the demon world as bad as it is, they're trying to play him off like he's the good guy rescuing the fucking demons from cages. Mundus would never do that. Mundus is pure evil incarnate. That's why Sparta rebels. Like, they're literally trying to reframe it so that Sparta's the bad guy and Mundus is the good guy, and it's driving me fucking nuts. So anyways, I'm furious about it. I hate it. I'm fucking pissed.
Yeah.
They also have, like, Virgil is working for Mundus, which would never happen. Virgil hates Mundus because he killed his family. The whole reason he wants power was so that he could defend his family and defeat Mundus. What the fuck are you doing? I hate it. I hate it. He was brainwashed in the first... That's what they're trying to do, because he was brainwashed in the first game. They're trying to be like, oh, he's brainwashed. He's Nero Angelo. And I'm like, but he's not, because he turns back into Virgil and has his own fucking dialogue. And the whole reason he was brainwashed and couldn't talk was because he was brainwashed. Anyways, can you tell I really enjoyed it?
Oh, you had a good time with it.
I was really feeling
Like,
it.
in the beginning, in the first few episodes, you were like, oh, this is pretty cool. I'm enjoying it a little bit.
No, I was tolerating it.
You were tolerating
I was
it?
tolerating it. I was willing to see where it was going. It went nowhere good. It somehow got worse as it continued.
Chris had a good time.
I was willing to give it the benefit of the doubt. I was like, well, we'll see how it ends. I don't want to pass final judgment until I see how it ends. And then I saw the ending, and I'm like, oh my god, it's worse than I could have ever imagined. You know when the Twin Towers got hit and one of them started going down, and I was like, oh my god, this is the worst thing ever. It can't get any worse than this. And then you see the second plane, that's how that anime felt. That's how that ending felt. I was like, oh my god. It just won't stop.
My god.
It just can't, it just doesn't stop.
Oh god.
I will hate watch season 2 though, to be fair. I will hate watch season 2.
Watching
just
it
to see
through with
where
another
goes.
person.
Yeah, through another person. I'm not giving them money. I'm not paying for that garbage. That garbage is garbage.
Not at all. We're all in this together.
Unless they, like, really change around a lot, then there's no redeeming that show.
No, that shit is bad. And I should have known better because apparently the Castlevania anime
Whoa.
Richter was
We
not
can't
good.
just go to the Land of River. We had to do a side quest for that in the last game.
Yeah, we had to go get the flowers or whatever. This game
And you are...
mercilessly lets us skip getting the drugs for Kakuro.
What are you doing here?
Should accompany the Leaf Ninja.
Because, you know, it's the sorcery of the red sand, my man.
Sorcery of the red sand.
It's been far too long since I've seen my wayward grandchild.
My grandchildren never gave me grandchildren.
What?
Wouldn't they be great grandchildren? My prunes are all wet. They're like, we sure we should be taking her on the mission?
If he attacked the Kazekage, he's been a naughty boy and must be punished.
Whoa, Shino, I didn't know
That's
you were
a
swinging
fucking
that way.
line.
Yeah, it's a powerful choice of words.
Hey, is there any more to the story? Because we need to get a move on. Kara is waiting for us.
Yeah, I gotta GT the fuck F out of here.
Just like Naruto. Just like Chris has got a GTFO out of this fucking franchise of Devil May Cry.
Honestly, it made me so mad it makes me want to replay all of Devil May Cry again.
Yeah.
So I guess it did its job. But
Well, you wanted to play Devil May Cry on the show anyway, but...
yeah, but Devil May Cry is cursed. Every time we try to record it, something goes fucking catastrophically wrong. Every time. It is actually cursed.
Like, you're like, oh, dude, I got a new capture thing. We should be able to play Devil May Cry now. Nope.
When we tried to record it on When we tried to record the reboot one as like a joke years ago, the whole fucking recording software just crashed.
Yep.
We lost the whole episode.
Yeah, I remember that now.
We tried playing DMC 3 and the opening cutscene froze and then just didn't move ever again. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? They just cursed.
Alright.
Yep. Hold on. They got... We're going to be loading that
This
in a second,
boy.
that's why.
Ninjas. And we'll find out why Naruto is huffing in a moment.
Yes, we'll see you then. Peace.